I am Henry Okoma Wanyundi, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. And besides being an advocate, I'm also a certified public secretary and an arbitrator registered with the Arbitration Society of Kenya. I was born 43 years ago in a village called Matawa. I went for my primary education in my village, in a primary called Matawa Primary School. Did my KCP in 1989. Thereafter, I proceeded for my secondary education in Mwai School, Kabarak. Did my KCSE in 1993. After qualifying, I proceeded to the University of Nairobi for my undergraduate degree in law. Graduated in 1999, then joined the Kenya School of Law in the year 2000. Then I was admitted as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya on 21st of April the year 2001. Having been admitted as an advocate, I did practice privately, had a law firm in the year 2001, then the year 2002, then joined the public service in the year 2003 as a state counsel with then the defunct municipal council. Having served as a state counsel for 1.5 years, I was promoted to the position of a deputy town clerk and transferred to the then Butere Mumias County Council as a town to perform the duties of a town clerk. After 6 months, I was confirmed to that position of a town clerk, served in that a council for 3 years. Then I was transferred to Vihiga Municipal Council, then Kitale Municipal Council, Kajiado Town Council, Tharaka Nithi County Council, and finally Kiambu Municipal Council, serving in the same position of a town clerk. Come 2012, when we had the first elections under the Constitution of Kenya 2010, I served in the Kiambu County as a town administrator for 1.5 years before joining my current employer, that is the National Land Commission, where I served in the county of Nairobi and Kitui as a secretary of what used to be called the county land management boards, which were then again by operation of the law dissolved, and then we were resignated to our current positions, which is the county coordinator under the same National Land Commission, and I'm currently doing my 4th year as the county coordinator for Narok County. So basically, I've been in private practice for 2 years, and now I'm doing my 17th year as a career civil servant. On the family front, I'm married to my loved wife, Joan Savai, who is also a career civil servant. I think she has been a career servant longer than myself. She's a printer by profession, working in government printer. It's a profession. I say it's a profession because she academically, both academically and career-wise, she has been on it, I think, for the last 20 years. And currently she's doing her master's in printing technology. We are blessed with 4 children. Our firstborn is a daughter, Inola Julian, who is a candidate this year for KCSE at Alliance Girls. Then we have a son, Cornell Ondego, who is in Form 2 at Alliance High. Then we have Daniel Wabuti, who is in Standard 4 at Odarai Schools. Then we have the last one, who is actually named after me. The guy carries all my names. He's called Henry Augustine Omkamani Jr. He's in PP2, also at Odarai Schools.
So they came to our school as a rappers from this one again. I like that. Unajua gedane gane. 11-1. Can I pray for you? Good morning. Good morning, Mrs. God is good. All the time. All the time. God is good and that is nature.
I'm a firstborn in a large polygamous family. And talking about large, we are over 20 children. About 12 sons and 9 sisters. My mom happens to be the first wife in the family. And we have grown up knowing what hardship can be in a family. I know what hunger means. When someone tells me I've slept hungry, I know what that means. But despite all the challenges, we've been able to overcome. Currently, I serve on the board of Alliance Girls and Alliance High, courtesy of my daughter and son. I serve on the committee of my church. I'm a very staunch Catholic, so I serve on the committee of my church, both here in Nairobi and back in the village. So generally, my clarion call has always been that when you serve humanity, you're serving God. And believe me, if you serve humanity with the honesty that it entails, dividends will always be there. People keep on asking me, why law? How did you get into choosing law as a career? Actually, initially, my passion was to become a financial person. But sometimes circumstances drive you into changing the course. And of course, that probably is what happened with my case. So when we reached Form 4, and we were lucky in Kabarak, which is something that really lacks in many schools, that we had a whole department of what we used to call career guidance. And my geography teacher told me, look, Wanyundi, you're a little bit weak in mathematics, as much as you want to do a BCom, and you are even doing commerce as a subject. But I would advise you to, because you have this passion, you're a very good orator, and you're in drama, and you have this confidence. Why don't you think about doing law? And I said, why not? I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. And the interesting thing is that the four of us who were advised to do law ended up doing law. That was Alan Njoroge, who is currently the board secretary of Kenya Tourist Board. There is Sylvester Maina, who is in a private practice, and our good friend from Coast, Lord rest his soul in eternal peace, Jacob Kalama. So the four of us that year are the ones who proceeded to do law from Kabarak. And I think from that time, when I got into the law school and we embarked on it, we never I never looked back. In fact, one of the people who happens currently to be the MP of Luanda, Honorable Christopher Mlele, was in Form 4 when we were joining Form 1. And the passion he had and the eloquence he had is one of the things that really impacted on me and said, okay, fine, this guy comes from because that time now it was Kakamega province, Western province. So if we have one of us here who is going to do law and is from Western, I think it is one of the things that gave me the impetus to say that I think also I need to do law. So there we are. It's one of those professions that fit in every area of work. You will find a lawyer in a mining industry as a board secretary. You will find a lawyer in a university as a board secretary. You will find lawyers in the government system as state councils. So law gels very well with other professions. I turned 18 years as an advocate on 12th of April this year. So it has been 18 years of a very interesting experience as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I thank God for having made a very early decision to anchor my family in one place, that is Nairobi, so that it's basically me who does the movement around. Like I've mentioned, I've worked basically in almost all the towns in this country, where work and family can be a very dicey balancing act. But I always make it a point that anytime apart from work, I'm always with the family. You have to make sure that they grow up when they feel your presence in them. So And your spouse also doesn't feel like she's neglected. Life is what you make it. It's never about where you're born. We have seen success stories of people who came from humble beginnings and they have made it in life. Perhaps one of the best description of how one can live his life is from a story I heard from Professor Shiwani the late, way back when I was in Form 1 in high school, is that your destiny, it was a story about a king who wanted to test a wise man. He put a bird in a barrel that was closed. And he told his people or his advisors that if this wise man says that this bird is alive, then I'll kill it. But if he says that this bird is dead, then I'll let it go. So when the wise man was asked, is this bird alive or dead? He told the king, the fate of that bird actually lies in what? In your hands. As to whether it is dead or alive, it all depends on you. And that's the same thing that happens in life. If you want to pick out the best in life, then you have all the choices. If you want to pick out what is not good in life, then it's still your choice.